It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. My computer is fritzing out on me. It's Blake Lively's fault. Just kidding. It's the feds. It's Jen McCabe and the feds. How are you guys doing? It is Thursday, May 1st. It's gonna. It's gonna be May. We've made it to May. Did you pay your rent? Did you pay your mortgage? Did you pay your bills? Did you buy Dosers live tickets? Guys, I was so nervous. The email went out this morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and so many of you guys bought tickets. I can't believe it. I was like, ding, 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 ding. The emails came in. So many of you guys bought tickets. I was so blown away. I can't believe it. Actual people are coming to Dosers Live. I felt like a kid waking up on my birthday. I can't believe it. It's Christmas, August 23rd. If you did not buy your tickets yet, don't you fret. There are still tickets left, but it first went out to anyone that's on the email list for people that signed up for Dosers Live for the email list. So if you haven't yet, make sure to go to dailydosepod.com/Dosers Live. You're going to get one more day until the weekend to get on that list before it gets released to everyone else live. So, or like to the wide audience, you can still buy tickets. It's a very limited amount of tickets because we can't go crazy for this one space. So make sure to buy tickets. Go to dailydosepod.com/Dosers Live to get on that list, and you're going to get another email blast tomorrow morning, and then you can buy your ticket. I am so excited. August 23rd. It will be so much fun. Okay, that is a little bit of homework. I've got some crazy stories today. I got some stories about the unjust nature of this world because I am a person that will fight for fair and equal journalism. My name is Aaron Brockovich. Listen, I'm just going to say something really fast. I understand that not all things in this world can be fair. But what really pisses me off, what really pokes me, like, they say pokes the bear. What really angers me is when people who consider themselves as news tellers, people that consider themselves as not like opinion opinion journalists, people that are telling the news, feel a certain way and say it out loud. That's what bothers me. And that's, I guess, where we feel about a lot of these stories. So we're going to go into why the overall feeling is that the press in general and Hollywood seems to have taken a strong sense of, I've decided strongly that I am team, not me, team Lively and Reynolds, and everything else doesn't matter. The facts don't matter. The case doesn't matter. What really happened on set doesn't matter. We decided who we're standing by and we're sticking to it no matter what. Why is this the case? We are going to dive deep into it. And I saw something online last night that I thought was incredibly concerning. And it was about an editor-in-chief behind a very, very important and big entertainment magazine. So we're going to get into all of that. We're going to talk about more of what happened yesterday on the stand of Karen Reed's trial. And today, there is no trial happening. There's a break in trial. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's May 1st. Maybe it's for In Sync Day. So we're going to talk more about Jen McCabe's lies. My mind was racing all day yesterday about it. And then we're going to talk about Jesse Solomon becoming really honestly the most hateable man on Summer House, which is hard to do. That and so many other stories today on the Daily Dose of Sprinkler Donna. Every single day, we have updates every day on this case, on this Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds case. You can't go to sleep and wake up another day without new updates on this case. It's crazy. I think it's because there's so many people involved. It's not just one person suing one person. What was her name? The Glamour magazine. Steph McNeil. That was her name. Where is Steph McNeil these days? The one that called us all mommy sleuths. Where is our friend? Remember she posted a TikTok and then she kind of just fell off? I wonder if she's written any articles since then. We should do some research about Stephanie McNeil. Or did she kind of like run away after that? 24 hours ago, she did write an article for Glamour. Has nothing to do. Oh, this is good, you guys. I Googled Steph McNeil and it was a Glamour magazine article, but look what's at the top of look what's at the top of Glamour magazine. Oh my gosh. It's Another Simple Favor. It's an ad for Another Simple Favor. They are flooding us with these ads. It's constantly, it's everywhere. Leave us alone. It's like Mint Mobile all over again. Yeah, so Steph McNeil is writing about why is everyone suddenly thirsting for Saratoga water? The hard-hitting news. The hard-hitting news of Saratoga water. That's important. You know, before I get into talking about the story of Variety magazine, I did see just really quickly that Washington Post, the articles are coming out, the reviews are coming out because Amazon Prime finally, thank God, finally released Another Simple Favor. The reason I say thank God is because I cannot handle any more premieres of Another Simple Favor. I have never seen anything like it in terms of premieres. I mean, have you? If I have to see Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick and all of them on one more freaking, you know, I may have to buy this. I'm going to buy, I'm literally paying for this article right now. I'm using my PayPal to pay for this article just for this show because it's this important that we watch it and that we read this article and this review on Daily Dose of Donna together. But Washington Post finally reviewed Another Simple Favor. And this was it. It says, let me just make sure that it worked. You guys aren't watching me put in my PayPal information, I hope. No, you're not. Okay. Pay with PayPal. I'm paying $1. See what I do for you guys? See? All for the love of Daily Dose of Donna. Success. Your 24 hour. I have 24 hours of access for $1 for Washington Post. All right, here we go. Who has watched it? I need to know in the comments who has watched. Oh my gosh, Maddie gave me a $4.99 super sticker. Okay, now I can read Washington Post for 5 days because of you, Maddie. Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Let's read it together. This is Washington Post's review of Another Simple Favor. Do yourself a favor. Decline Another Simple Favor. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively star in a straight-to-streaming sequel that no one asked for, except Ryan Reynolds and Paul Feig. Bang, bang. All right. Apparently, it's a horrendous movie. Horrendous. Has anyone seen it? I would love to know in the comments if anyone here has actually seen it. It says 1 star, Ty Burr. Whoever Ty Burr is, we need to find out who Ty Burr is. He is, let's see, he's a movie critic of 40 years standing. They're going to say that he's Team Baldoni. He's probably a bizarre fan just like us. He's 40 years standing. Okay, so he knows what he's doing, you guys. I would believe he knows what he's doing, but they're going to say that he probably hates women. No wonder, for sure they're going to say that he's Baha'i, he hates women, he's on the payroll, whatever. It says that it is a textbook example of what I call the location vacation movie. I would like to work on a location vacation movie, by the way. A film so dreadful that it's a mystery why actors of any credibility would have signed on until you realize they're getting paid to spend 3 or 4 weeks in a gorgeous setting with hotels and meals covered. I'd go, and probably so would you. Who needs a script? There certainly isn't one in this painfully unnecessary sequel to 2018's A Simple Favor. Okay, it talks about the first one. It says, "You would think that that would have been the end of it, but no. The stars have regathered along with director Paul Feig, bang, bang, to somehow spring Emily from jail. It's never convincingly explained how or why the character has been granted parole and head to Capri off the coast of Italy for her lavish wedding to Dante, a former boyfriend with the physique of a romance novel cover model and the mob ties of Vito Corleone. For a dash of further implausibility, Emily asked Stephanie to be her maid of honor, notwithstanding that her one time best friend is the reason she went to jail in the first place. Why? Does Emily have revenge in mind or something even darker? Don't ask because no one here seems to know. And anyway, Capri is calling and it looks great. There we're reintroduced to Emily's ex, Sean, now somehow transformed from a genteel novelist to a vulgar drunk, and Emily's demented born again mother, played by poor Elizabeth Perkins in a blonde wig because the first film's Jean Smart lived up to her name and got out while she could. This guy's funny. Jean Smart lived up to her name and got out while she could. That's funny. New characters include Elena Sophia Richie, Alice and Janney, so on and so forth, whatever. The locations, as mentioned, are lovely. A number of scenes double as full-on wedding porn. Okay. And Renee Ehrlich Kalfas's costumes for Emily are entertainingly over the moon enough to almost make another simple favor bearable. Clearly, Blake Lively had nothing to do with the costumes. At around the midpoint, after someone gets killed and then another someone, you're inclined to stick around just to see how the filmmakers climb out of the hole they've dug for themselves. Anita Petito has a very funny couple scenes as an annoyed maid. These are the good points. But the screenplay, dear God, the screenplay. Okay, it goes on about how bad the screenplay is. The 2 stars do what they can. For Kendrick, that involves a lot of heavy lifting to make Stephanie's moments of peril seem giddy and lighthearted. The dialogue is dire, but she wrings a few laughs from the Quicksilver spin she gives it. Lively, who was the first movie's antic ace in the hole, has less to work with since no one here seems able to decide whether Emily is to be pitied or sent back to prison. The film's lighting and makeup flatter neither actress, but that's a minor offense compared with the assault and battery represented by the movie as a whole. Ouch. Ouch. Another simple favor is skipping theaters and heading straight to Prime Video, where you might find it an acceptably inane postcard from abroad, given that you're not technically paying for it. But to paraphrase the t-shirt, everyone here went to the Isle of Capri and all we got was this lousy movie. Oh man. Should we do a watch party? You guys, should we do a watch party? Should we do a drinking game every time we want to turn the movie off? And then we'll be as drunk as the people in the trial of Karen Reed. Oh my God. It sounds horrendous. Doesn't that sound just absolutely awful? It just sounds awful. I love that they're honest, though. I love that they're not playing the game of like, it's so good. Now, tonight, Thursday, we know that Blake Lively is going to be on Seth Meyers. I think she's probably taping it today. We'll have to see. Kim's honest. She watched it. Donna, I just watched Another Simple Favor, and Anna was great. The plot was just okay, but Blake looks very old. Don't old shame. I didn't say it. Kim said it. I didn't say it. Wait, why is Ryan speaking at Green Day's Hollywood Walk of Fame right now? Right now? Someone, come on. What does Ryan Reynolds have to do with Green Day? Is that for real? Ryan Reynolds, Green Day? Come on. Why? Why? Ryan Reynolds is inducting Green Day into the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. What's their connection? Oh my God. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's where I'm concerned. I just looked this up. Green Day, I guess, is a big Deadpool and Wolverine fan. And I guess Ryan Reynolds is a big I'm very annoyed by this news, and I'll tell you why. I have issues with Green Day, a little separate, but that's another story. But I'll tell you this: I used to love Green Day so much. There's nothing better than that American Idiot soundtrack. It's not soundtrack, album. I went to their concerts, like front to back. That's great. But this is very annoying to me, and I'll tell you why. The world is forgetting very fast the crimes of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. It's happening really, really fast, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. This is the perfect example of showing up so much in your face as these perfect like humans and doing all the right things that the world will literally be confused so much that be like, were they ever bad? Oh, I guess they weren't. Like they seem to be good. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. It's happening right in front of us. Like you're going to see this. Within 1 year, I mean, of course, the trial is going to happen, so we'll see what happens with that. But like, I'm going to guess by 2027 or whatever, like nothing, it's going to be just back to normal. Back to normal. Okay, so I found this when I Googled Ryan Reynolds Green Day 38 weeks ago. So this is just under a year ago. So this is since the, around the time of what I mean, someone do the math. What's 38 weeks ago from May 1st? It's around the time that the movie came out. Around that time, Van City Reynolds says, "I'm crying. I love you, Green Day. I can't feel my life right now. Hashtag Deadpool and Wolverine." I don't know how much I can play of it in case the music comes out. Let's hear it. Okay, so it's the song "I Hope You Have the Time of My Life." It's Green Day singing. He's playing the guitar. Someone in the back, one of the guys in Green Day are dressed up as Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're getting dressed up and they put on the uniforms or the costumes or whatever, and they're in costume at the Green Day concert. Awesome. Okay, so they just love each other. Good riddance, time of your life. This little stunt, GA015 says, "Good riddance, time of your life. This little stunt comes as the song Good Riddance has a special role in Deadpool and Wolverine, which hit theaters on July 26th. Yes, so they were in the same, this song was in the movie. It was all planned together. And this is what's bothering me too. Elizabeth nails it here. It's pissing me off that they're just walking around like nothing is wrong. Little do they know that they will soon be paying Justin Baldoni $400 million. I wish I could be as confident as you, Elizabeth. This is what's scaring me right now, you guys. And I know I'm supposed to be like positive and stay positive, but every single day that stuff like this happens, I start to question my own brain because I feel so confident when you look at the facts and when you look at the testimony and when you look at the receipts and when you look at the court filings. I'm like, it's so clear. And then you see how everyone's just like glossing over it. And the things that I'm about to tell you guys about how the editor-in-chief of Variety talks about it and how the press talks about it and how Deadline, I've talked to you about Dominic Patton at Deadline, how he talks about it and the agents talk about it in public and so on and so forth. But then I also have conversations in private with a lot of industry people. I'll tell you guys about some conversations I had over the weekend with some really hard hitters in the industry, privately, one-on-one, and how they talk about it with me. So I'm very confused about how people really feel about this. Now let's go and see what Ryan Reynolds is putting on his stories if he is over in the okay. Oh, this is a play. I was like, what? Sexual misconduct? I guess he's talking about the play about Hugh Jackman's sexual misconduct of the middle classes. I was like, whoa, wait. Why is he talking about sexual misconduct? But I guess this is a play. Okay. And then there is a Wrexham. He's not talking about the Green Day Walk of Fame. But yes, it does say, according to this article, that actor Ryan Reynolds and Rob Cavallo, who produced much of Green Day's recordings, will join them at 11:30 a.m., which is right now, at Amoeba Music. Should I drive over there, you guys? Should I drive over there right now and throw an egg? It's only going to take me 10 minutes. I'll bring you guys with me. Feeling annoyed. Feeling annoyed. All right. Let's talk about all of this. So last night, I showed you guys yesterday. Last night, I talked to you guys about this reel, this not skinny but not fat reel. I showed you guys how she had Simon Huck on her show, and she was talking about how it's just wild. It's mind-blowing how the world hates Blake. It's mind-blowing. Oh my God. It's so sad. It's horrible. And I thought to myself, and Robin says, yes, but bring a few eggs. And I say to her, in this economy, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Saving every egg. I will say that reel, I commented, and the one comment that really upset me was from Kate Arthur. Now, I'm not here to like call out Kate and like really attack Kate specifically, but Kate Arthur, as the editor-in-chief of Variety magazine, I think is very indicative of where the press at large, the Hollywood press at large, stands. I don't know that much about Kate. What I do know is that she shows up a lot in my feeds and in comments and in threads and stuff because she seems to be a big pop culture lover. She likes a lot of Real Housewives. She likes a lot of Bravo. I know that because she always comments on the same kind of stuff that I comment on. She shows up in my algorithm. And so I do see a lot of that kind of, rhetoric from her about, commenting on Andy Cohen stuff or commenting on those kinds of things. I have not seen anything of hers commenting about Justin and Blake at all until I saw what she commented on Not Skinny. And why is my mouse not working? This could be horrible for my show. My mouse stopped working. Absolutely not okay. Mouse off, mouse on. If we don't have a mouse, then we don't have a show. So I'll just have to talk to you the entire time without sharing anything with you. That will be real fun. Hold on. Live stream issues. Ain't it fun living? It's Ryan Reynolds' fault now. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Please work. Connected. Okay. Am I just really low battery? I'm really low battery on the mouse. That's not good. Okay. You know what they need to discover? They need to figure out how to charge your mouse while you're using your mouse. Like, why isn't the charger on the front? Why is it on the bottom? It's not a good situation. Anyway, back to what really matters. And that's, did they delete the reel? Wait. I'm on Not Skinny But Not Fat's post and literally on her page, and I'm not seeing the reel. Hold on. Did she delete the reel? There was a picture of Blake, and now it's not here. Hold on.
And from no one. I told Phil that I was coming on today.
That's not the reel. That's not the reel.
You're not that healthy, right?
That's not the reel. It's gone, guys. She deleted the goddamn reel. Oh, no, she just took it off her main feed. Oh, tricky. Amanda.
Never in my life would I've ever thought that the world would come crashing down on Blake.
Yeah.
So
choose to see the worst.
So the point is, this was her comment. Women can still be dragged to hell. That's for sure. And that bothers me because, as we said yesterday, the whole comment the whole situation about women can be dragged and it's about women. It's about women. I don't like it. It bothers me. It feels like real low hanging fruit and it feels like lowest common denominator. It doesn't feel like what this trial is about or what this case is about. It's not about women. It's not about women. It's about telling the truth. I don't like it. So it bothered me. Then, of course, people commented back and someone said, you are private. And she said, and I did screenshot this just in case. She goes, first of all, I'm private. Second of all, I've always been private. My Instagram is very boring. I find the Justin Baldoni fans to be completely bizarre. And those who've decided to back him, well, good luck to them. Okay. Let's talk about that. To say I find the Justin Baldoni fans to be completely bizarre. All right. Why did this bother me, shock me, and confuse me so much? And I'm just going to take a second and charge my mouse while we talk about this because this concerns me because I really do need to do a lot of screen sharing here. What bothered me about this and what scared me about this is I can say, I think someone's bizarre. I think people that support Blake Lively are bizarre. I can say that. You may not agree with me, or I can say, I think the people that don't drink LaCroix are bizarre, or people that, are bizarre. I can say whatever the hell I want because I am not connected to a massive media organization that presents as a news organization that tells the news, that is a trusted organization in the media. There's 3 huge news organizations that people look at as media news. I mean, there's many, but what would you say? I would look at Hollywood Reporter. I would look at Variety. I would look at Deadline, and you could even go as a little further if you wanted to think about like entertainment/news. You could look at Entertainment Weekly. You could look at People. You could look at all those things, right? You could start to kind of spread that out even more. And I would even go as far as to say that if I was the editor-in-chief of Us Magazine, of I'm trying to think even more like a little bit more, rag, like even The Sun or Star or anything that is considered a magazine, a journalistic magazine, and I was the editor-in-chief, and I had a public comment on someone's public Instagram, and I publicly felt the need, and I felt like it was okay to say out loud that I believe that someone's fans, not someone that believed someone's side, are bizarre, the word bizarre, because they believed someone's side. That is such a wildly inappropriate statement that it makes me seriously question everything about journalism whatsoever. Lately, there's been so much that has come out, right? With all of this, when it comes to truth telling in the media, on every side of the spectrum, right? This is not just a political thing. It's not just left. It's not just right. I believe that we should be very honest about whether or not we're getting the news from someone that is biased, right? That's the truth. We need to know if you were presenting yourself as telling news, then you can't have an opinion. If you were an opinion piece, then you should be an opinion piece. But I don't want to feel like I'm reading news, but you hate someone who you're reporting on. You don't believe someone you are reporting on. That's not fair. That's not fair. And I don't understand why just because you are the editor-in-chief of Variety magazine, why do you feel that you know more about Justin Baldoni and you instantly don't believe him? Why do you feel that when I can guarantee you that Kate Arthur has not spent, I can guarantee I can spend I would bet right now, I would bet $5,000 that she has not spent an iota of a percentage of time that any one of us have compared to her on this case. Do you think that someone like Kate Arthur, in her busy schedule with all of the stuff that she covers and all of the writing she has to do and all of the stuff that do you think that she seriously is reading through the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages and watching all the videos and reading all the sides? There's no way. There's no way, because it's a full-time job, I feel like, to do all this, right? This is literally what we cover all the days. And a lot of you guys are here all the days. So it doesn't really make sense to have such a strong opinion unless there's a bias there that you've decided before you came to the facts, which is giving a lot of the free Karen Reed versus not believing Karen Reed in the other trial, right? It's like, you've decided and nothing else matters. So let's go into, let's go into some deep diving about this, because citizen journalist over on X, who I love, she did some deep diving. Because I commented on X. I took the screenshot of this and I commented and I put it over on X, and I said, this is suspect. And I find this kind of concerning that the editor-in-chief of such a trusted journalistic magazine and a entertainment magazine that so many people in this industry look to as the news, and they're not reading the back and forth, they're not seeing all the articles, go to the news and they read and they see that she calls all of the Justin Baldoni fans bizarre. Don't you think that that's a little bit, concerning? And she writes this. So now let me share this with you. She said, "Good morning, citizens. Let's talk about the time that Kate Arthur called Blake Lively a can loser." I said, what? So on May 17th, 2016, I guess this woman, Katie Weaver, said Blakely, I don't know what the hell Blakely is. "I speak on behalf of everyone when I say you cannot." I guess Blake Lively was in Cannes and she wore this outfit. And Kate Arthur decided to say disaster about Blake Lively. Okay. So I guess that was okay to talk badly about her appearance in 2016. Then this woman, Charlotte Alexandra, in 2016 also said, first defending Woody and then this, Blake, no. And then Kate Arthur wrote, winners and losers of Cannes. Loser, Blake Lively. And Charlotte said, Cannes, when beautiful people are given too much time to talk and inevitably disappoint. And right then someone said about her PR, Amy Kaufman said, pretty sure it's still Leslie Sloan. And Kate Arthur said in a whisper, I know. Okay. That was May 18th, 2016. And then 5 weeks after dragging her in public X posts, it was Twitter at the time, Kate Arthur, who worked for BuzzFeed at the time, but is now editor at large for Variety, flip-flops and then starts praising Lively for her work on The Shallows, that same movie that she was promoting. She even says she is at Leo level of acting. Remember, folks, Leo won the Oscar for his performance just 4 months earlier. This is more unhinged than anything Baldoni supporters have done. She goes, love Alison Willmore's review of The Shallows in which she compares it to The Revenant. Go see it. And it's about it's from her BuzzFeed article. It says they were smart to cast Blake in that role. She has a good social media presence. And Kate says, it's more like she's good in it. And someone says, are we comfortable throwing Lively into Leo's league, though? And Kate goes, we are fine with it. And then she pulled this little meme. It says, the receipts clearly show Variety is not unbiased in this, while Baldoni versus Lively saga, Kate Arthur, editor at large, publicly co-signing bashing of Baldoni. So just in January of 2025, Kate Arthur on Threads writes, an incredible development and possibly the most Streisand effect situation in years. And I found this thing too. So remember, just in January of this year, we were talking about when this whole Baldoni nice pool story came out. And the article came out on Variety where Baldoni and Friedman kind of started to go after Marvel, and they wanted them to kind of hold on to all of their emails, and Disney, hold on to all of your emails and just hold on to everything, because we believe that you guys created this article or created this movie after us, after, you created Nice Pool after Justin Baldoni. And that find, which was originating basically, I think, off of a TikTok or YouTube find, someone was like, whoa, the connections between Nice Pool and Justin Baldoni are crazy. And the more that we started to realize it, and the more people started to pick up on it, everyone started to realize this is wild. It's crazy how clear it is, how obvious it is that they are seriously the same person. And we've seen now in Ryan's motions to dismiss that it is. Okay, Nice Pool is based on Justin Baldoni. There is not a fake, that's not fake news. But Kate Arthur sees this article or sees this motion from Brian Friedman and decides, instead of saying, holy shit, that is so effed up, that Ryan Reynolds would write, Zach Peters here, my lovey, welcome, I miss you. Instead of saying, wow, that is so messed up that you would put Ryan Reynolds would create a character based on this actor and put him as this character, make fun of him basically publicly, and put him in a movie, about a Nice Pool, about this feminine guy. Instead of doing that, Kate Arthur decided to make fun of it. Well, that's weird. So what does she say? An incredible development and probably the most Streisand effect situation in years. Do you guys know what the Streisand effect is? Streisand effect means, I looked this up this morning. Streisand effect is essentially a phenomenon where an attempt to suppress or remove information online actually results in the information becoming more widely publicized and viewed. So essentially, it's like she's saying, if he didn't bring it up, no one would know. Can you imagine? She's blaming him. Why did he even bring it up? No one would have known. Temples of Jesus. Hello. Donna, Jan A had an idea for a GoFundMe for Justin. Everyone give $1 to show his family love, but your team needs to do it so trustworthy to get him. Yes, we can definitely work on it. Not at this moment, but let's work on that. That's a great idea. We can definitely think of something. Maybe me and some of the creators can work on something for that. Absolutely. Hold on. Zach also brings up something, says, remember when Kate Arthur came at me a few weeks ago, or at least she tried? Oh, she came at you. I remember that. I sent it to you and I was like, not the editor-in-chief of Variety coming at you for your info about Garcelle that you had actual boots on the ground about. Oh yeah, she doesn't like creators like you and I, Zach. It's 100% like guaranteed. She doesn't like creators like Zach and I. We know the creators she likes, but it's not the creators like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. Okay, so back on this. Zach doesn't know who anyone is. I don't even think Zach knows who I am. Zach, do you know me? What's my name? So back to this. So then she goes, let me make it bigger for you guys. And possibly the most Streisand effect situation in years, she brings up this article from Tatiana Siegel. Justin Baldoni demands Disney and Marvel preserve all documents relating to Ryan Reynolds' Nice Pool and Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me see if Citizen Journalist has the reply here. Someone says, I kind of hope there's an email from Ryan Reynolds about character development that says, just a terrible guy who's a fake feminist and he's got a ponytail and a podcast, but he never says the name. And Kate goes, dying to see any correspondence. Dying. Oh, it's funny, I guess, to make fun of the guys. funny to make fun of the guys. Now, I found that thread, and I want to share it with you guys because there was a little bit more to it too. You know, the thread that you would think that she would have this like on lock. I mean, she is the CEO or the editor in chief of Variety, and she has a lot to say about the Justin Baldoni fans. You would think, you know, this is a Douglas Murray moment. You've never been. This is a moment. You've never actually read the documents. I don't think you have, because she clearly has no information on anything. So she's going to more with MJ, more with MJ on Threads, who's a very, very pro Blake lawyer, asking her all the questions. She's like, wait, tell me more about this, and tell me more about that, and tell me more about that, and tell me more about that, because she has no idea about anything involving about this case, because she's not reading any of the documents. So she keeps asking her all these questions. And this is interesting. On Threads, I found this in this thread when she wrote it. She says, an incredible development in most the Streisand effect, and more with MJ responds. It's definitely dramatic. A litigation hold letter. Let me make it bigger for you guys. A litigation hold letter is pretty standard. It's essentially a legal way of saying don't delete your emails. What isn't standard is sending it to the press, which makes this feel again like a less of a legal move and more like a PR play. Well, so Kate says, I've gotten plenty of document holds in my time. So it's not weird to get it from the press, because Kate works for Variety and she says, well, I've gotten plenty of document holds in my time. But this is just so hilarious. Like a way to show that Nice Pool could be a parody of Justin Baldoni. How many tens of people would have ever noticed that until this blast? What? What? Why are we laughing at the victim? Why are we laughing at the guy who got made fun of? In what world is it funny to laugh at the guy who literally was made fun of by the bully in a huge, huge blockbuster movie and then got killed in an explosive, gruesome, horrendous way? It's funny? So funny. Hilarious. But Blake's the victim, guys. Blake. She's the victim. This is cuckoo pants. I'm wondering if there was one. I think there was one more thread that I saw. Or is that it? That may have been it that I saw. Now, all I want to say about this, you can do your own research on these kinds of editors and these kind of journalists. Something is backwards. If you do any research, they tend to be the ones that are fighting for equality, that are fighting for fairness, that hate the bully, that hate the mean one, that want women's rights, that want, they seem to be the good guys online. They seem to fight for like love and tolerance and caring for all and all of this shit. That's what blows my mind. That's what blows my mind here. How do you do that and then think that you're fighting for the right side of history when you have literally, you're laughing out loud over a man whose life, career, and potentially future is completely decimated, destroyed, torn to bits because a woman who has proven to be a proven liar many times over just said, I was sexually harassed. That's it. And he is literally thrown to the corner while she is parading herself in her leather outfits. But she's the victim. Sick. It really, really makes me angry. It bothers me so badly. So this woman specifically that I'm bringing up here in this show, she's not the only problem. It's all of them. It's like this whole group of them. They're fighting the fight. They're fighting the good fight. But like they're fighting for the wrong person. So when Amanda Hirsch from Not Skinny But Not Fat is like fighting the fight for poor Blake, Blake will be okay. Blake is okay. Blake's on Seth Meyers tonight. Blake's walking around with her fucking millionaire husband, going to plays, showing her face, not a care in the world. Everything's fine. He's inducting Green Day tonight. Justin's the one that's hiding. Justin's the one that lost everything. Justin's the one that may not ever get anything back. Justin's the one that probably will never be able to, no matter what happens, will never be able to be a leading man again in anything but maybe a little indie film produced by Wayfarer. Shitty. Shitty. Okay. Let's talk about some other things that are crazy too. Before we do, of course, this show is brought to you by RULA. As you guys know, I'm a big mental health fan. I talk about it all the time. I love going to, speak to therapists. In fact, my whole family utilizes therapy. We're a big fan at different times. Of course, we're not all just family therapy every day, all the time, but we actually really do utilize therapy because I think for us, and I don't know about you guys, just life is so stressful. And I think that it's really important to go to a therapist who you really trust. And RULA is a really great way because it's affordable and it's easy and it connects you with in-network licensed therapists that accept most major insurance. And you can do it from home. There's a network of 15,000 licensed providers across 100 plus specialties. You can get care tailored to your needs. And you can see a therapist in as little as 24 hours. So tonight, when you watch Blake Lively in Another Simple Favor, hopefully you don't. And then you can watch her on Seth Meyers, hopefully you don't. And then you feel like very stressed out. You can then go to RULA.com and use code DailyDose. And then you can go see a therapist. Okay. That's the key. So join the thousands who have already turned to RULA for support on their journey to better mental health and well-being. Getting started is easy. Just visit RULA.com/dailydose today. When you sign up, they're going to ask you how you heard about them. Please support Daily Dose by letting them know we sent you. It's a simple way to help us while you take the first step towards the care you deserve. Go to RULA.com/dailydose now and connect with a licensed therapist who truly cares. Your mental health matters. You know what else matters? You know how the other day I was showing you guys the staBody? The staBody, what's it called? Bodysuits? Guess what? You guys, I move bodysuits. I didn't realize this, but I move bodysuits because Stephanie, who created the staBody bodysuits, and she's going to come out to Dosers Live. She already told me. She's like, I'm coming to Dosers Live. She told me that not only did you guys go create like thousands and thousands of dollars of bodysuits were purchased. You guys kill. Not kill, like kill in a good way. So many of you guys bought bodysuits. I am so excited. Look, Beth just said I bought 3 already. How exciting. These are the best. I did see some comments that were confusing. A lot of you guys were confused because you were like, what's the point? If you can pull it down from the back, then it's not a bodysuit. It will ride up in the back. I need you guys to understand it's really hard to show without putting it on and showing you my butt. So I can't do that. But let me try to explain how the back works. Okay. This is, if you're not watching, maybe I'll also do like an Instagram story, but this is the back, which seems like it's just a shirt and it would ride up. But because of the material, it's not like loose, so it doesn't like hang. It's tight on your body and it's long enough that it goes under your jeans or your pants. So it comes down to like here. So it's under your pants and it feels like snug on your body. It does not ride up. You can bend over. You can totally move your body and it will never bend over. It will never ride up. And then this part sits just right under it. So when you go to the bathroom, you sit down, you pull that over, and then you go to the bathroom. You do your business, and then you come back up, and then you stand up. This is the white one, the white tank. But obviously I own the long sleeves. I own the 3 colors. There's beige, there's black. I own the long sleeves. She has so many different kinds. I'm obsessed with these. I wore one yesterday, the beige one. If you go back to my show yesterday, I was wearing the beige one. I love them. Love. So go to staBody.com, use code Daily Dose. You get 10% off. I'm obsessed. I will wear them every day. You can wear them over. Oh no, I wouldn't wear them over bike shorts because you can see the little thong. I would wear them under the bike shorts. Wear them under the leggings, under the bike shorts. And yes, Zach Peter will model them also. I'll make Zach wear them, okay? I'll have her bring some to Dosers Live and she can sell them there. How about that? That would be so fun. Okay, speaking of Dosers Live, remember dailydosepod.com/Dosers Live. Tomorrow is the last day to get on the early list. I'm selling them as we are on the show, by the way. I just got a ticket sold as we're on the show. This is too exciting for me. I can't handle it. Okay, let's move on. Jen McCabe's a liar. I thought of something. This is a Karen Reed moment. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Karen Reed, just a few minutes, and then we're going to go to Summer House. Just a couple things that happened yesterday afternoon. Karen Reed, Jen McCabe was on the stand yesterday for 6 hours. 6 damn hours, you guys. And a lot happened. So many clips. I took so many clips, and I can show you more clips if you're interested. But the truth is, at the end of the day, the biggest problem that Jen McCabe has is that her inconsistencies are through and through. When you lie about your story, you are never going to be able to keep your story straight. Do you see what I mean? You are never going to be able to keep your story straight. And this is the problem, is that she's lied. So she's telling herself a certain story, but she can't remember which story she's told herself. But here are the biggest things that I find inconsistent. She told one of the officers that Karen said the morning of, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. She says today, 3 years after the fact, nothing is more clear in my mind. Nothing is more clear in my mind than she said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. Except the morning of, and then 3 months later, when she was talking to a grand jury, she said, she didn't say, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. She said that Karen said, could I have hit him? Could I have killed him? Well, those things are very different. If you say, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, versus could I have hit him? Could I have killed him? 2 very separate things. Get your story straight. Here's another thing. She lied to the feds. The FBI came to her house. She said, I only called 2 people. No. You called 5 people. One of them being the DA. The second one being the murdered guy, John O'Keefe's mom, Peggy O'Keefe. And the third person being Brian Albert. Why are you calling your brother-in-law? Why are you calling the cop? Why are you calling the guy whose house this all occurred at? That seems suspicious. Okay. Here's another thing. She's talking to Carrie Roberts, the other woman who was involved the morning of. She's talking to her all the time now. And then the one thing that is just a hang up. And I was talking to my friend Molly Dare this morning. Think about this. And I really want you guys to hear this. Imagine this. Morning of. Imagine you guys have nothing to do with this murder. You get a phone call from your friend. Oh my God. Okay, I'm using Zach Peter, okay? I'm putting Zach Peter in this moment. Poor Zach, but Zach Peter is going to play John O'Keefe in this moment because I don't want to use John O'Keefe. So Zach Peter he's the one that died, okay? Zach Peter is playing the dead person. I'm laying in bed and I get a phone call from Chef Stu. Okay. Chef Stu calls me. Oh my God, Donna, Zach Peter. I can't find him. He never came home last night. Zach Peter's gone. Oh my God. Where is he? We need to go find him. And I'm like, but it's a blizzard. And he's like, in LA? And I said, yes, in LA. It's a blizzard. It's a whiteout. He goes, we need to find him. So I say, oh my gosh. Okay. I get in the car. I find the court of random opinion. Lauren jumps in the car, right? Lauren gets in the car and Mary says Donna kills Zach Peter. She just confirmed. Okay. And so all of a sudden, Chef Stu is here at my house. And now Lauren from the Court of Random Opinion, the three of us are in the car. We're driving around. Now, remember, I'm supposed to be innocent. I was just woken out of a dead sleep. I am in this case, I am Jen McCabe. I'm supposed to be the innocent one, like Jen McCabe is pretending to be. I'm innocent, but I'm driving around in a blizzard. Actually, I'm not driving. Jen McCabe was the passenger, but whatever. In this case, I'm in a blizzard. I'm driving around. Is any coffee shop open at this time? I'm tired. Okay, I'm driving. Oh, where's Elsridge? Elsridge is hiding the body. No, Elsridge is sleeping. Elsridge is Brian Albert. She's the killer. Okay, Elsridge is the killer, and she's in the house. That's where Elsridge is. Okay, so I'm driving around. I'm looking around. All of a sudden, according to Jen McCabe's story, Chef Stu is like, I see him. We pull over. We see Zach Peters' body is dead right in front of Elsridge's house. Oh my God. Okay, imagine this is actually the case. What am I doing? Do you think in that moment, I am not first thinking, of course I'm calling 911, right? But do you think for a second I'm not looking up and imagine Elsridge is my sister, like actual blood sister that I was just at her house 3 hours before. The lights are all off. There's a dead person, Zach Peter, dead on the lawn. You don't think for 1 second I'm thinking, my sister, Elsridge, I know we look alike, she may be dead upstairs. It's dark up there. No lights are turning on. No dog is barking. They killed Elsridge and the entire family. And the dog. Is my sister alive? That would be your normal reaction. No. That's where I would go. That's my sister. I'm sorry. Yes, sad about Zach Peter, of course. I mean, I love Zach, but that's my sister. Is she okay? Is my niece and nephew okay? Is my brother-in-law okay? Why aren't they turning on their lights? There's commotion out here. We have cops out here. We have screaming people here. LTD is so sad. I loved Zach. Josh, no. R.I.P. Zach. Yeah. Well, listen, we had to lose someone. And you know what? Like, listen, between us, like, I'm okay to take all of Zach's listeners. Just fucking with you guys. You know that people always think that we're so competitive. You know I love it. Exactly. Otter says, you don't worry about your sister? Of course. That's the first thing you would worry about. I'm sorry. Yes, you're freaking out about your friend, but like my gut feeling is like my nephew and my niece, my sister is in that house. Why aren't they coming outside? Something must be wrong with them. That's the first thing you think about is if someone's dead on the lawn right in front of 10 feet away from the front door of my sister's house and they're not coming out and they're not turning on lights and I don't hear dog barking, I don't hear commotion, there is a serial killer on the loose and they killed my family. That's what I would do. I would immediately not be worried like, oh, I have to go in there and make sure I don't wake them up. I would freak the hell out. Why aren't they coming outside immediately? I would be calling them from the street and being like, wake up. There's John O'Keefe is on your yard. Why aren't you guys coming outside? She never once called her sister. She never once ran to the front door until way later. They never turned on their lights. Not one light went on in that house. Sorry. Sorry, what? I find it all to be insane. Isn't that the clearest, most obvious reason why this is not real? It's human nature that you would run and check in on your sister. That's the first thing I would do. Okay, Eileen, I love that you're coming from the other side. Oh God, I cannot with these conspiracy theories. They didn't hear anything. They were sound asleep. Okay. How How do you not hear anything? How? At 5-something in the morning, when there's cops and there's screaming and there's screaming. I mean, you can hear it in the video. Did neighbors say that they heard anything? This is a cop. You don't think a cop sleeps with one eye open? I do not believe, I'm sorry, no mom is that deep of a sleeper. No mom is that deep of a sleeper. You guys, I sleep with earplugs, I sleep with an eye mask, I sleep with a fan, and Lance has a CPAP machine. We are the hottest couple at night, okay? Trust me, if a robber ever came to us in the middle of the night, he would be scared. He would run away. Truly. He would look at us, one look at us, and he would go running for the hills. I would wake up. If someone coughs in my house, I wake up. And their bedroom door was in the front of the house. And you know those homes, they're like old, right? Like it couldn't have been like so thick windows, double paned windows. Did every neighbor hear? Did any neighbors say that they heard anything? This is what I need to know. Because I don't know that from the first trial. Did any neighbors say, I woke up at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, I heard commotion outside? Danielle says every neighbor said they heard and knew nothing. They heard nothing. No neighbor heard anything. Okay. Jules says when Jen woke them up and they still didn't come outside and neighbors heard it. Yeah, why didn't they come outside when neighbors heard it? So granted, they were very likely drunk and passed out. Well, they were definitely drinking the night before, but I don't think they were sleeping. Where was Chloe the dog? Where was Chloe the dog? Where was that German Shepherd in that moment? I need to know. These are all of the questions I have. Now, the new theory is that Chloe the dog was taken from the home late that night after she was supposedly involved in the attack. Okay. Jules says, yes, the neighbors heard. And Danielle says, no, neighbors did not hear anything. Guys, we need to come with our facts set up. Maybe we need a Karen Reed episode just for a Karen Reed episode. We need to call Liam Neeson. Okay, we'll have to talk about, I need to get some more facts. We'll talk about this, but Jen McCabe's story has changed through and through, and it's very problematic for the prosecution because when you have a testimony that changes so much, it shows that the story is not accurate. To say that he said, I hit him, verse, or that she said, I hit him, verse, could I have hit him? Could I have killed him? It's very different. It's truly very different. Now, what bothered me strongly was also the judge. The judge could be Kate Arthur from Variety. I'm just saying, like, it's a very similar kind of vibe. She loves Jen McCabe. They have a very strong, they're partners in some capacity. They really like each other. They're very friendly. They're very close. And there's some sort of a partnership there because Jen McCabe was given the utmost respect on that stand, no matter what. Anything she possibly could have been given, like a little, help or a little compassion, the judge gave it to her. I found it very obvious. I've not found it more obvious than yesterday's cross-examination. It's tough. It's very tough. This is a very tough case. I was talking to all the moms at school this morning. I went to the school this morning and okay, Jules says, Donna, I live here. They heard. Okay, I need to know everything. Jewel, send me an email. Like, I need to know everything. This is a very tough case. And why it is, so I was at school this morning with the kids and I was talking to all the moms. And a lot of them watch the show now because they're covering this. They're not into a lot of the other stories, but they're into this. But I feel that this case is so tough for two reasons. Karen Reed is not a very likable victim. We've talked about that. And number two, there's not such a clear, obvious thing that happened to John, right? So a bunch of things could have happened. John could have walked in that door fast and immediately been taken into the basement. Like 2 seconds after he walked in, the guys could have been like, come with us, and gone down there and like gotten into a tussle or whatever, and something. Then 2 seconds later, there could have been, something else like there's so many different things that happen, but it's not clear enough because we don't have any recorded testimony. We don't have any recorded interviews the day after. No one was kept in isolation. All the family members were able to talk. The investigation failed on so many different levels. So we're all left with just these questions, which is so frustrating. I saw earlier Elizabeth had some questions about the case and wanted to know about it. Hello, I need a Karen Reed episode for beginners. This sounds so interesting, but I'm late to the game. So Elizabeth, I released a members only episode, or on my Patreon, I released a 30-minute refresher. So it's not overwhelming. It gives you just the basic facts that you need to know, and it's only 30 minutes, and I'll do one a week, giving you updates from the week of trial. 30 minutes only, 30 minutes to an hour per week. So it doesn't feel overwhelming in addition to just these updates every day. You have to join the members only or Patreon to get those. Okay, let's move on and talk about Summer House. You guys, we have a new piece of shit on Bravo, and his name is Jesse Solomon. And I hate to do it because Jesse Solomon was kind of charismatic last season. Jesse Solomon was kind of sweet. Jesse Solomon was kind of fun. Jesse Solomon has lost the plot. Lexi, the little 22-year-old, God knows how old she is, with the horrible lip liner, she is the most likable girl on Summer House now. I think Lexi on Summer House is so smart. She's so well-spoken. She's so secure in her ability to communicate. Lexi is like, I'm sorry, why is Lexi so mature? Anyone else? I'm like, none of the other girls would be able to handle Jesse Solomon the way Lexi can. Lexi's like, no, I don't think we're a good match. I don't want to be exclusive with you. I feel like every other girl would be like, okay, never mind. It's okay, Jesse. I like you. I was like, wait, I'm sorry. Lexi Solomon, no. Lexi Wood, or whatever her name is, she knows what's up. She's got it. Jesse is treating her like shit. Jesse loved bombed the shit out of her. He called her, texts her 11 times a day. He says, I love you, I love you, I love you. Gets her in bed, gets his toe sucked by some random chickadees, talks shit about her to other girls, flirts with other girls, and she's like, I don't want it. Not for me. It ain't for me. I don't want to do it. Not for me. I love this. Now, I did see an article about Jesse Solomon, and if you think you had the ick before, this may give it to you even more. It was on Rolling Stones this morning, Rolling Stone magazine, and it says Summer House star Jesse Solomon wants to be the next generation Michael Bublé. I don't know if we can do it, guys. Solomon releases his latest track, Into Space, with Katy Perry. I just made up that part, but wouldn't that be funny if it was with Katy Perry? Should I get Jesse Solomon to perform at Summer House at Dozers Live? What would Jesse Solomon do? Parlay his reality TV stardom into a full-blown music career, of course. Oh my God. He's trying to be the next Michael Bublé. I can't read it because it's on Rolling Stone and they make you pay for the shit. I don't want to pay. I already paid for the Another Simple Favor. I can't pay for this. Michael Bublé is supposedly, I've talked to you guys about this, right? How about Michael Bublé is supposedly the biggest ass, which is sad because he's like a cutie and sings well. But apparently there's like all these stories about Michael Bublé being a horrible human being. It ain't good. But I'm telling you, Jesse Solomon seems like such a loser and such like a cheeseball. And this is the kind of content he's posting on Instagram, which just is a bad sign. It's time to get dumpy. Ew. If you want to say dumpy, like, you've lost me. Dumpy. Look, his mouth is too big. I don't know. There's something about the mouth. Amy says, is any famous person nice? There's got to be one that's like truly nice. Who is like really, really nice? Who is really nice? Come on, you guys. Oh, that's a good one, Josh. I really do believe Dolly Parton is truly nice. I've met Dolly, and I do believe Dolly Parton is truly nice. You're saying Tom Hanks, but I've seen some bad stuff about Tom Hanks. I don't think we can truly say Tom Hanks is still fully nice. I think Tom Hanks has bad stories about her. So bad him. So we can't Tom Hanks has had to leave the nice category because he's had bad stories. It has to be someone that's never had really bad press about being mean. I like Dolly Parton. I think Dolly Parton's safe. I think she's safe. Oh my God, you guys have some names that are like really not nice. Really not nice. Okay, let's go back. So he's just like, and I wish him well. I do. I'm sorry. I can't with Carl's face. You guys, last night's episode was so incredibly uncomfortable. Was it not so uncomfortable last night? Okay. So Carl going to Dolly Parton. Carl going to Dolly Parton. Can you imagine if Carl told Dolly Parton that he has a crush on her? Actually, I could see Carl and Dolly Parton dating before Carl and Sierra. Can you imagine Carl? Josh said a picture of Dolly Parton at Diddy's house all of a sudden appears. She's at a white party. God forbid she's at a freak off. Okay. Carl goes to Sierra in last night's episode of Summer House in the most uncomfortable, honestly, like I have not felt more cringe than, watching a Saved by the Bell episode of seeing like Zach Morris try to date Kelly Kapowski in the early years. Like it was so incredibly uncomfortable. He's like, so just telling you, like, I'm now into brunettes. I'm just going to tell you, I just think you're beautiful. I really like you. I thought to myself, I don't think anyone is more sexually unattractive than Carl. And it's not about he's unattractive. It's just there's no sexual attractiveness between myself and Carl. Like I can't, there's nothing there. Nothing, zero, zilch, nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing. I couldn't imagine being turned on by Carl in any, like at all, zero, nothing. I don't know if it's the lack of confidence. I don't know if it's the physicality. I don't know if it's the energy. There's something about Carl that really doesn't do it for me. For me. I think I also, between us, I think I kind of need a little bit of a bad boy. Like a little bit of it. Just a little bit of bad. I don't like perfection. Not perfect. He's not perfection, but like I don't like square. Does that make sense? It's like too. Is he opening his bar? Did he make enough money for SoBar? Is that what it's called? If it should be, if it isn't. I forget what it's called. Soda bar? Soft bar. That's what it's called. Soft bar. Anyway, Jesse Solomon. Okay, this is kind of a cute picture, I have to say. Oh, but Carl's wearing ballet flats. You can't wear those shoes, Carl. See, up until like kind of cute. No, knee down, he lost me. I don't want to see those shoes on any man ever. You guys, from the knee down, he's a woman. I'm sorry. I can't. Those flats and those jeans from the knee down is not working. It's not those are my legs. Honestly, you can superimpose a woman, right? It's feminine bottom half. It doesn't work. A rich woman, Jen says. I can't with those legs, those shoes. Oh my God, this crew. No, Jesse with no shirt on, with a purse. No. Fine. Okay, fine. Listen, he's living it up. He's happy. Oh, this crew. Oh God. This one, the most unlikable on Bravo, Bryn Whitfield. Hopefully we never see her again. And then him with Sheena. Listen, he's living his best life, but he really let me down this season of Summer House. He really did. He played Lexi. He thought he was going to be able to win her over, and it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Now, I think that the only other thing that really happened in the episode, nothing really happened. I love Lindsay Hubbard so much this season. I don't even know what to do about it. She makes me so happy. I love her pregnant. She is so cute as a mom. Adorable. Finally, Kyle and Amanda. The conversation that they have towards the end of the episode where he's talking about the fact that he may or may not have issues like getting pregnant because he has to like get fertility checked or whatever. And she goes, well, if you have a problem, it may not be that bad. Shocked me. Like beyond. I don't even think she likes him. I think that that's why Amanda has been okay completely 1000% with the fact that Kyle openly cheats on her. Because I don't think she likes him. I think she's in a marriage of convenience. For all we know, maybe she likes women. I don't know. I don't think she really likes Kyle. I don't think she really wants to have a family with Kyle. Now we figured that out. She's like, it wouldn't be the worst thing if I don't have kids. I don't think I even want to take care of myself. Take care of anyone but myself. Like, I don't think I can. This is a girl that like grew up saying like, I want to move to the suburbs. I want to have a family. And now all of a sudden she's like, I don't even think I want family. Isn't that weird? Do you think that that's like a real thing, or do you think that's being married to Kyle that's making her change her mind? I found that to be kind of sad. She's like, my mental health is so much better. And now I think like, I don't want to have kids. Like, interesting. I wonder if that's Kyle though. If she just knows in the back of her mind that she can never be a happy mom with someone like Kyle. So she's like telling herself that she should never be a mom. Or is she really someone that doesn't believe that she should be a mom? Because her whole life she said she wanted to have kids. That concerns me. I think Kyle has made her believe in her mind that she doesn't want to be a mom because she knows that if she has kids with Kyle, she's going to be the most unhappy, depressed, probably eventually single mom because her husband is a heavy drinker / cheater. And she knows she's going to raise kids alone being married to a DJ who goes out until 5 a.m. every night. I don't know. Weird relationships over there. Anyway, that's all, folks. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting Daily Dose of Donna. As always, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving me 5-star reviews. I got so many phenomenal Apple Podcast reviews, you guys. I can't even tell you. Thank you so much for doing that. It made my heart sing. D says, I caught you live finally. I love your show. Thanks for what you do. D, that's what people call me. They call me D. I love you for what you do. Thanks for being here. Micah says, dang, I missed the best part. What? What's the best part? I'm here. What was the best part, Micah? I'm mad at you now. What did you miss? I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Thursday. I will be here all week and weekend. I have a month without my husband. Party time. You're going to get so much of me. You're not going to know what to do with me. I'm going to spend all my month with you guys. So much Daily Dose of Donna. Just you wait. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. See you mañana. Bye.